Do you remember this extension called Smoothify, which I covered last year? Well, it did end up getting ruined. They filled it with a ton of bloatware, added a lot of unnecessary features that we never asked for. Back then when it launched, it was such a simple plugin and it worked pretty well. I mean, all you really had to do was just click a few buttons and it would work. Simple as that. But as I said, they added a lot of AI features. They changed up the UI, made it really inconvenient to use. People like me did not want to use the newer version. Luckily, I did still have the older version on my PC. I even dropped the download link on their own Discord server. Yes, Smoothify's own Discord server. I think it's owned by someone called like Blinkle.io. I have no idea. And then they banned me for helping out their community, which they weren't ever bothered to do. So I don't know. Seems like it's really difficult to not ruin an extension which people have been requesting for years. But we have some alternatives. So this is called OpenCurve and it dropped a few months after Smoothify. This was made by Faywave on GitHub and it runs perfectly. I've just tried it and I'll show you how to use it in a second. It's basically the same as Smoothify. I mean, the older version of Smoothify, not the new one. But it's far more responsive. You don't need to log in. That was my biggest issue with the old version. You have to always log in. I don't know why. So if your internet goes down or you're around a place where there's no Wi-Fi, you can't use Smoothify. I think that's ridiculous. OpenCurve works perfectly fine offline. Anyways, let me just show you how to use it. So you want to head over to this page, click on the releases, and there are two versions you can download. So the first one is a CCX file. So this is for Premiere Pro 2025 or newer, or you can get the ZXP, which is for 2024 and older. Although I do use 2025, I had to get the ZXP because the CCX requires Creative Cloud and my Creative Cloud is not working and I just can't be bothered to fix it. I don't really care. So I had to use the ZXP. There are a few limitations if you use that version instead. So the ZXP one has slower scanning speed, slower keyframe baking speed. There is also a dedicated undo button. So you can't use shortcuts, for example, Control Z. You can't use that to go back. You have to click the button manually. I don't think that's a huge problem, to be honest. And also keyframes won't appear until the effects panel is selected. I'll be honest though, it's perfectly fine. I tried it. I had no issues. I mean, obviously, you know, these issues were present, but it didn't really cause any interference with my editing, if that makes any sense. So yeah, download whichever one you prefer. If you're going for the ZXP, you have to use some sort of ZXP installer. I think there's multiple. I'm going to link one below. There's one from AE Scripts, but I don't really know about this one. I click download for Windows, and then it says that I download AE Scripts with the desktop apps. I don't want any of that. Again, it's like what Smoothify do. You have to download like this whole, what would I even call it? It's like when you have to download games, you have to get the launcher first. And all these other things which you don't even want. You're never going to use them. But if you really want to get the software that you're after, you have to get all this bloatware. I don't want it. So check out the description because I will leave another alternative. It's free to use and it works completely fine. Anyways, into Premiere we go. So to launch this, you want to head over to Window, Extensions, and select OpenCurve. Simple as that. Now, first of all, you might have noticed the color of your graph looks different. Or should I say the color of my graph looks different. And that's because if you right click, head over to settings, you can change the theme, which I think is very nice. I really like this orangey color, so I'm going to keep it at that. Anyways, let me show you how this works. So I'm going to make a shape. Just going to make a very quick square like that. I'm going to open up the properties and keyframe the position at the start. Let me extend this to about a second long. So I've hit the stopwatch there, head to the end or near the end and move this to the right. Okay, so at the moment you can see it's very stiff. So I'm going to apply a graph. I'm going to use this default S curve. So I'm going to select this here. It says AEADBE shape 3. I've got no idea why. But that's obviously referring to these keyframes here because those are the only keyframes I've added. It would be helpful if the label wasn't this complex. I don't know why it's like that. Anyway, all you have to do is just select it. So there you go. And I can apply a graph. So all I have to do is press go. Look at that, done. So let's play it back. Perfect. exactly how the graph looks. So starts off slow, speeds up, and then slows back down. Wonderful. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get rid of these keyframes. So I'm going to press the back button and the keyframes. Oh, okay. So yeah, all I had to do was just interact with the effect controls. By doing that, I applied the changes. So yeah, that's one of the issues with the ZXP version. So if you use the CCX version, it's just going to run much smoother, almost natural, as if it's been here this entire time. So yeah, let's now make a custom graph. So I'm going to go for a graph like this. Oh, and also you may have noticed my squares at the back here are smaller. What I did was I right clicked and set it to 16 by 16. So you can go for something smaller if you prefer. With something like 16 by 16, I can just be more precise. And if you hold shift, you can lock onto these points like that. So I'm going to put that one there, about 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks down. So 4 blocks up, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this one's going to speed up, slow down, and then speed up again. So let's apply it to shape 3 again. These keyframes specifically. Press go and play it back. Perfect. It's a little too quick, but it's fine, as long as I know it worked. So I'm also going to do the same with some other keyframes. Let's do it with, let me think. I'm going to use a scale, so keyframe that. Oh wait, that's for vector motion. Actually, it's fine, who cares? I'm going to head to the end, around here, and set it to 150. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to select graphic group 1, which is referring to this up here. Make sure the other one is not selected, otherwise that's going to affect it as well. Actually, it probably won't because it's the same graph, but still, I'm just focused on this one at the top. So I'm going to press go. And there you go, all done. It's really that simple to use. I really like this graph, so I'm going to save it as a preset. Just hit new preset, give it a name. I don't really... Oh, wait, did I just make the same graph? Hold on, reverse S-curve. Never mind, I just remembered I made this as a test. So I can get rid of this one, just right click, delete. Done. I think that's everything. Let me just double check. Open settings. Presets. Oh, I think if I... Is it right click? Yeah, so if you select grid view, you can just change the layout. It looks pretty nice. You can also paste presets. I'm not really too sure how this works, but I'm guessing if someone wants to share their preset with you, you can do so just by pasting in the values. I wonder if you can paste in graphs from After Effects onto this. That would be interesting, but I'm not going to try it. If you try it, let me know in the comments below. I'm interested. Anyways, that covers everything. Thank you for watching to the very end, and thank you to my monthly supporters as always for your continued support. I will see you next time, and hopefully by then my upload schedule is slightly better. Sorry. Peace.